everyone, to an edition of Mecca Audio Entertainment. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Ericka Monique Williams, and I'm here today with Mr. Gene Deal, also known as Big Gene.
Correct.
Thank you for coming today.
How you doing, Eric?
Good, I'm good. So we're here on behalf of our friend, Unique Mecca Audio Hall, and we're here to talk about Mecca Audio. You know, everybody remembers the era, the streets of 8th Avenue and Club 2Gs. So let's get right in. Where was Mecca Audio located?
Mecca Audio was located on 152nd and 8th Avenue. They had their own storefront right there, but you could find Mecca Audio running all through the city of Harlem.
Right. And where was Club 2Gs or Club 2000 located?
It was on Broadway on 157th and Broadway. Right up the stairs, it was like a dance hall like that.
Right. So those two neighborhoods are pretty different.
Right, correct.
So what was the difference in those two locations?
If you got the 8th Avenue location, you mostly have the Harlem Blacks. If you had the 157th, you had the Dominicanos and my Dominican brothers, you know, and some of my Puerto Ricans up that way. They was basically anything past 151st and Broadway. You'll find a lot of the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans living up that, but mostly Dominicans.
Right, and you know they had that area locked down. We know they ran certain businesses in that area, and they knew who came into their area. So how was Unique able to function a business, a club, you know, in that location?
Well, I think that because of the popularity of Mecca Audio in Harlem, that the club owners always looking to make money.
Right.
And if you can get close to 500 to 1,000 people up outside of a club trying to get in a club, you know, it's a no-brainer.
Right, and it was a good look. So what were the days of the week that were really popping? I don't remember what the word would be back from then to say, you know, it was always a movie, as they say today. What were the days of the week that, you know, were really, really crowded out there?
Well, you know, Club 2000 had different days for different people, but Unique specialized on Mondays.
Okay.
And it's funny that, you know, the people in Harlem, they had certain days that they did certain things. On Monday, it was Club 2000. On Tuesday, we would go to the rink out in Jersey, you know what I'm saying, in Teaneck. On Wednesday, we would go to the Apollo. You understand?
For amateur night.
Amateur night,
Right.
and then maybe down to the Red Zone, and then come back up to Willie's and stay all night out at Willie Burgers outside there. And then on Thursday, we would go to the Cotton Club.
Okay.
For the comedy night there.
Right.
And then Friday, if Sparkles or Butt Naked was giving parties or whatever like that, we'll do something like that. But Mondays was the kickoff.
Yeah, the start of the week.
It started the week, and that was at Club 2000.
Yeah.
If you can get in.
Right. And I wanted to think of a name to give this segment, this interview, and I wanted to call it the Paid in Full edition, because just from hearing you talk about those places, it reminds me of the movie. You know what I mean? That's what was going on. You know, we know who the characters in that movie were. And, you know, it was that time where it was really extravagant. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of talented people, you know, a lot of talent showcased there at Club 2000. So who were some of the people that, you know, were displayed there?
Well, the list is too long for me to mention, but I personally Bodyguard Onyx when they came out, and we took them to Club 2000. I seen Dre, Snoop, anybody that was anybody who wasn't afraid to be seen, known, or that Harlem, you know, back in the day, if you ain't have it, we ain't want to come out.
Yeah, because it was almost like.
But then if you had it, you wasn't coming out right. You would be there. They'll put you on Front Street.
That's right, so, just like the Apollo.
Yeah. So if you had it, you was coming out with it. And if you was scared, you was staying home or go to church. So when you came up the club to 2000, like you'll see you liable to see anybody. Luke was big right there. Luke was staying up in there. Luke would come up there, bring his girls and everything like that. If people remember Uncle Luke.
I was gonna say I heard somebody told me because I wasn't there at the time, but no, I'm just playing. No, I heard that Two Live Crew would come there a lot.
Yeah, Two Live Crew, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was just like it was like a club with a gentleman or a strip club atmosphere.
Right.
Anything could happen in Club 2000.
So would you say, I mean, we look at where this has come in 2018. We have one of the leading artists right now who is a former stripper, Cardi B, right? So would you say that this was the beginning of that in New York?
Well, strip clubs has always been strip clubs and everything like that. But I think the hip hop genre promoted more of the dancers and the strip clubs and stuff like that.
Right.
And put them where you have not only Cardi B, you got to realize Eve came out of a strip club.
Right. That's right.
She came out of Sue's. And what's the one with Kanye West? Who was with Kanye West?
Amber Rose.
Oh, that was at Sue's. I worked at Sue's.
Oh, okay.
Sue's, and I worked with Cardi. You know what I'm saying? I used to put the band on Cardi arm because she was too young. She was 18 years old, and she couldn't strip, without that band because she couldn't drink alcohol. So I used to band up, So I knew Cardi from 18 to 21, 22 when she left the club.
Okay.
So, that genre of hip-hop brought the strip clubs to what they was and everything like that. And Mecca Audio was...
the central location.
The central of it.
Okay, so who are some of the people who would bring their artists there? The people behind the artists?
Well, you had Jam Master Jay.
Rest in peace.
Like I said, Dre, Snoop. You had Uncle Luke. You had the up-and-coming artists that was trying to get on at the time. You had everybody from, Fat Joe, from anybody who was trying to be somebody at that time would come up into Club 2000.
Okay, so why was Club 2000 the place to want to be? Why did they want to come there to display their talent?
The hustlers and the honeys.
That's exciting.
The honeys is coming for the hustlers.
Right.
And the hustlers is coming for the honeys. You understand? And then, if you didn't have $100 at the door, you wasn't getting in. You understand? So you had to have the money. So now you know that the money is up in the place. You want to be seen.
Right.
You understand? You want to be seen where all the action is at.
Okay, so can you tell us the ways that Unique utilized his entertainment passion?
Well, I guess that, they would call him the East Coast Uncle Luke. So he was doing the same thing that Luke was doing. He was using the girls and he was using the hip-hop scene to make it a whole, just like a whole... I guess you would say he would make it like this is what he wanted to do, a whole entertainment thing. He was bringing the rappers, and then he was bringing the dancers, because he used to do back in the day, it was the pop
Pop That Coochie?
Pop That Coochie contest. He would get the best of them, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lisa from 140, used to always win them.
I wonder if she's still doing that.
No, I don't think so. No.
I mean, you get better as you go. So she's probably
church girl.
Okay.
The best.
So what was his routine to hype the crowd?
Getting on the mic.
Yeah, he definitely talks. Major, he has the gift of gab.
Yeah,
For
getting
real.
on the mic, you know, saying that hey ho and what you want, nigga, you know what you want, you know, throwing money in the crowd, anything.
Mm-hmm.
Having the girls come out there, girls who wasn't a part of the entertainment became part of the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Right. So that leads me to, some of the things that he would do for his team, for his family, for the people that, held him down. What were some of the unique gestures that he would do for them?
I'm not familiar with, I don't know familiar. I'm not familiar what he would do as far as, what he purchases or what he did for people, but I know when you seen Unique and his team rolled up, they had the finest of the cars, they had the best of the jewelry.
Furs.
You understand? Furs, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in this whole team, you would see, like, Unique would be, he'll have 4, 5, 6 cars behind him.
Right.
And all of them was, got the BBSs at the time, or, the kits. Everything was, top notch.
Right. So let's take it back to Mecca Audio. So we had the club night, Monday nights, and then, on 8th Avenue, we know in the summertime especially, we had the Rucker games. And when you passed by Mecca Audio, it was just like being at Club 2000 because
Not quite.
Well, everybody wanted
it'd be lit.
Well, anybody. I said outside.
Yeah.
So being outside of it, you just had the same kind of feeling, like it brought attention.
Oh,
it
yeah.
brought attention.
Yeah, because Unique them be playing the music out there,
right?
And it was quick to get way before Smack DVD or anybody was doing battle rap, and they would always battle rap right there in 152 at Mecca Audio.
Right.
You get rappers coming from everywhere, and you got to have that 5 Gs to put up.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. Right. What did he do for the community?
Well, like a lot of people who are entrepreneurs and things like that, when those schools come, like same as us, when school came around, 100 book bags or more, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Kids with the pencils and the, paper notebooks and things like that. All the school supplies that they would need, give all the kids out there. You do the block party, like we used to do down on 112th Street. We'll buy 5 girl bikes, 5 boy bikes, get kids bikes and everything like that. They have to bring their report card, let us see them and things like that. Also, around the holidays, the turkey drives and things like that, buying turkeys, giving them out to people and everything.
Okay, so and why was that important to do?
Because, like when you're an entrepreneur, whether it's legal or illegal in the streets, you want to show the community and the people that you do care. And by giving them a token of your gratitude by you having a nightclub or, you doing rap battles or whatever you're doing to eat off the streets, giving that back to the community just makes it, make you feel better and make the people know that you do care for the less fortunate.
Right, because, whatever choices we make and we know that the children are watching, it's also important for us to let them know that there are alternatives.
Correct.
And, I think I respect him for that as well, because he was a people person. Mm-hmm. Whatever image that is portrayed when someone gets in trouble, they get this image, but people that know the person personally know that there's a different side. And he definitely had that different side. He's a cool person, he's a warm person, and he likes people, and he wants everybody to eat if he's eating. That's one thing I could say about him. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't be around him and he's in the bar. Because he brought it to Jersey, too. After the rink, it was Carl's Corner. It used to be called Carl's Corner, and then it was called Toppers. But, everybody would meet up there. And if he was there, you was bound to get some drinks. Mm-hmm. So you didn't have to worry about that. Right. But can you tell me, as a business person, what was your affiliation with him? What were you there to do in his establishment?
Well,
what position did you have?
I didn't have a position in Unique establishment. I was a good friend, but I was one of the guys who started the same gang and Slick in the Family. Like at that time, a lot of crews was popping up in Harlem. You had Mecca Audio, Best Out, NFL, All Stars, Same Gang, Slick in the Family, 12th Street Posse. You also had the X-Men. It was a lot of different crews all over Harlem. Mm-hmm. You understand?
And I mean, basically everybody got along? Or?
Oh, yeah. When you gave your function in your party, it was back then it wasn't incidents because you could separate the pranksters from the gangsters. You understand? Mm-hmm. You knew who the gangsters was and you knew who the bosses was. And the bosses had enough respect when they gave a function. We gave the biggest function one time. It was this Slick in the Family, Same Gang, Black Hands. We gave one of the biggest functions ever did in the park in Rockland County. And it was about 30,000, 40,000 people. Not one incident. Because the bosses will tell everybody, yo, it ain't no bullshit
right,
today.
It's not for that
Hold
day.
that down. It ain't, if you got a problem with somebody, you wait till you get back to the block. When you went to people parties, you wait till you got back to the blocks. You know, you don't go to party and mess up nobody's money.
Right.
You understand?
Why is that different now? I mean, just on another note, what do you think, why is that no longer there? Everybody wants to be a boss?
No, it's the respect level. It's how they got their respect. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand is that when we came up, I'm going to break it down just really serious, real quickly. We came up under, you have to get your respect, then you got your power, then you got your money. These kids come up, money, power, respect. They think because you get money,
right,
you
that
got
you automatically,
power.
Right.
And then you got power, you should have respect. Nah, you had to come out on the block and get your respect. Then you got to get your respect, it gave you power. Then with that power, you can get money. You understand?
That makes sense.
It's a whole different level right now.
That makes sense.
You understand?
Speaking of Same Gang, I want to say rest in peace to D. Ferg, and it's good to see that his son is out here. You know, the next generation doing really well. How did you meet Unique?
I met Unique just first of all. I used to play ball at the Rucker and everything like that, and I was the best in the security thing. You understand? So Unique came up to me and said, yo, Gene, I want to know how to do my security. Would you do some security for me? I said, nah, man, your boy's too wild for me, man. You know, I'm not doing that, bruh. You know, they only listen to you.
Okay.
You understand? And I would have to use my whole team and everything like that. So, you know, that's how I teach you how to set it up. I teach you what to do and how to put people in place when you get a certain function.
Okay.
You know, and I used to do that for them. You know, you gotta have. I would go to certain places if you give them at parties or halls or stuff like that, and he'd say, "Yo, Gene, how many guys I need for this? You know, for this function?" I'll say, "Yo, you need this many guys, and this is where they should set them up at."
Okay. So, I mean, speaking of functions and parties and clubs, we can't forget the DJs because they are who makes it happen. And who was some of the big name DJs that would show up there?
God bless the dead Love Bug Starkey. That was his night. Love Bug used to just oh my God, he'd be on fire. You understand? He would get Brucey B, Love Bug, Star Child. Oh my God. God bless the dead too, right?
The Star Child?
Star Child, yeah. Star Child. You know, anybody who was hot at that time, you know, they would be up to Club 2000. You know what I'm saying? But especially the I thought they lived there. Brand Nubian.
Oh, okay.
You know, but that's one of the rap groups that was there. But you know, all the DJs.
I mean, speaking of brand Nubians, I guess some of you youngins need to slow down and listen to some of us people that came up. And, you know, like you said, I mean, the way you broke it down in terms of power, money, and respect, you know, it's not, although we all want to be successful and have money, but if you go, you know, if you don't know how to have the character to keep it, it's not going to remain. You know, if you don't have respect for yourself and respect for other people, you know, that brings a whole nother element to you anyway. So, you know, I think that we need to respect those who are now current and relevant. You know what I mean? Because everything is really evolution. You know, we learn from the past, and then things change, but it still goes back to the past. And, you know, we have to give respect where respect is due. So looking at the scene of today, you know, we know strip clubs are all, like, that's the thing now. But the scene back then, does it look the same?
Not at all.
Okay, so what did the scene look like then as opposed to now?
Well, as far as, let's just go with the jury game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Bigger was better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the jury was like, you know, we didn't wear like chokers and things like that. You had long chains, nice medallions and things like that. You had nice bracelets, nice rings. It wasn't none of that fugazi thing. You know, definitely the clothes was not tight on you.
Definitely not.
You know, sometimes you don't know the men from the women that clothes so tight. You know what I'm saying? You could separate
not lying
the two
about
easy.
that.
You can separate the two easy from, you know, from somebody walking down the street or whatever like that.
Right.
These cats right today, they are letting, like, Harlem used to be considered the Mecca, whereas the style of clothing and guys were coming out. You know, you were shopping at the Chavanates, you know, the AJ Lesters, or you was getting the you wasn't going and coming into the club any kind of way. You could not come in the club with no T-shirt on. I don't care what kind of jewelry you had on. You know, people were going buying real Versace shirts. You understand? And they were buying, the Maury shoes and things like that. So, you know, the dress was a whole lot different. Now these guys will come up in the club dressed any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And think they want the same respect. You know, got a lot of respect based on how they dress and how they carry themselves.
Right.
You understand? Today, you know, it's about how many bottles I'm buying in the club. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are swiping anyway. Swipey boys.
That's another good point. If you look at, you know, and that really separates the men from the boys. You know, when a man knows how, when it's time to put on a nice pair of slacks, you know, I mean, slacks, really, a lot of guys even today won't even wear a suit to court. You know what I mean? And I think it's just, a businessman is a businessman. And like you said, whether it's legal or illegal, you still want to be able to fit in somewhere else. You don't just want to fit in to, you know, where your circle is, because if you really want to take it to the next level, you have to know how to switch it up and look and fit the part. Right. So nowadays, for some, you know, some artists have longevity. Some artists, I mean, Dougie Fresh, from back in the day, you know, to now, he's still relevant. He's still doing his thing. A lot of artists,
like 20,000 a show.
Okay. So, you know, it's kind of like, it's good to see that. It's good to see that the era is not dead completely. But, you know, we have, like I said, we have to give homage to those who are still continuing to carry the genre, the hip-hop genre, because it can't all be old school, even though right now there's such a debate over old school versus new school and mumble rap and this and that. I mean, you know, there's always been different types of rappers, you know what I mean? But for those who still have the passion and those who, you know, still love music and were relevant back in the day, how can they fit into 2018?
Well, it's difficult. You understand? Because it's a different brand of music that has been given. You understand? See, when people who rap back in the day, it was like I had to study the craft. You understand? I had to become a student of the game. I had to give off, I could do 100 bars at the top of my head. I had to learn how to spit. You understand? Mm-hmm. But see, what happens is that the big corporation, they water down what is hip hop today. And they say to y'all, listen here, when I used to have to get somebody $1 million contract, I can go get these other guys 200,000, you understand, and make this contract, make them bigger than what these guys are. So that's why you get a guy like Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm. You get a guy like Kendrick Lamar who comes down and he mastered the old school way. And he spits. You understand? And he wins a Pulitzer Prize. A Pulitzer Prize.
Yes.
Award. You know what I'm saying? So now he's, whoa. When in fact, if he'd have rapped 10, 15 years ago, when Pac and Big and all them was rapping, mm-hmm. he'd have just been regular. You understand? Because you can't tell me Pac don't deserve that award. Big don't deserve an award like that. The way they spit,
right,
and they rhymes, the shit that they talked about. But now you have this guy come along in this era. You understand? And he start talking like that, and this is what you get.
Right.
You understand? So for a guy back in the day, like you need them to be relevant today, they had to somewhat water themselves down mm-hmm. to what the people want and what the young kids are listening to. Because you could say the same verse 1,000 times, you could say the hook is bigger than the verse.
Right.
You understand? Back in the day, you had a hook, but it's what you were saying in your verse. Now today, it's what your hook say, not what your verse is.
Makes
so
a lot
they got
of
to learn
sense.
how to mix that up.
Well, coming from a language arts background, I would say, what you're talking about is metaphors and being able to speak in a way that people can envision everything that you're talking about. And they definitely had the skill to do that. Mm-hmm. Now, we don't even hardly know what they're really saying or what they're talking about. But it's, we get caught up in the beat a lot of times. Mm-hmm. Some people got over because they had good production. So, it's not, the hook, like you say, good music, a good beat, melody, good hook, you know what I mean? But I think that it all matters, and we want to give homage to Unique and Mecca Audio Hall and Club 2Gs because it's a part of the history, just like you said, Willie Burgers, After the Rink, all of these things are what started it, and it doesn't have to die. We need to remember it, but things change. It's 2018 and we got to be able to roll with the youth and what's going on now. And it doesn't mean that we have to buy into it because we can still be relevant if we know how to do what we do, just in a different way, I think.
Right.
So I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing that. You brought back reminded me of a few things. Are there any last words or events that you want to share? Like, what is one major event for Mecca Audio or Club 2000 that you want to leave us with?
I remember it was this guy, he was signed with Atlantic. But he had got to start at Mecca Audio.
Okay.
They were battling for $5,000. It was grim, because what happened was that Mecca Audio used to have guys come up and battle and see. They would battle outside of Mecca Audio before they made it to Club 2000. So whoever was hot out there in front of Mecca Audio was going to Club 2000. So Grim was slick. He was one of those slick rappers and everything like that. And he was from Douglas Projects.
Where's that?
Which around like 106 and Columbus Avenue, that area around 106, 107 Columbus Avenue. Down about 105th Columbus Avenue, or the whole area down there was Douglas. So one day, Jay Black, which was his manager, brought him up there to battle one of the guys up there at Mecca Audio. You know what I'm saying? And so Grim was he was so slick, because Unique had these bandanas saying, "What you want, nigga?" You know what I'm saying? You know, and they had they saying called Aaayyyoooo. Alright. So Grim was rapping and he flipped they saying. You know what I'm saying? So he was battling somebody from Mecca Audio.
Okay.
You understand? But he was rapping so smooth, he just broke up and did the dude dirty. He used the Mecca Audio chant and the whole thing by saying, "So what you want, nigga? So what you want? So what you want, nigga? So what you want?" And then he said, "Ayo."
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? So when Grim did that, he flipped the whole thing and turned it on to everybody just went crazy. Unique threw 5,000 in the air. You understand? And say, "Yo, you battle, you at the club tonight." You understand? That shit was crazy. So Grim was one of the first guys I heard to even, do that. You understand? Something like that. But he just took Mecca Audio stuff and flipped it back on them, and Unique, eventually he just threw that 5,000 away and gave them their 5,000 and probably more, because that's what he would do. You understand? But it was crazy. So
that's a good memory.
that was one of the top things I remember with and then the one thing with him and Dougie Fresh, I was the one who brought them together. You understand? So if you ever seen that song, Aaayyyoooo, Dougie Fresh, he starts it off, "Enough respect for 112, that's my block. Enough respect for the Mecca Audio Crew." You understand? I brought them together, and that's how it's right now. It's still a world phenomenon. It's a chant that everybody use. When they go to big stadiums, they say, "Aaayyyoooo, alright." You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's all over the world. So that's one of the big things.
So, Unique Mecca Audio, we love you, and I've enjoyed paying homage to you today with New York in the background, concrete jungle, where dreams are made of, and it's not over. We love you. We give you much respect. And thank you guys for tuning in to the paid in full edition for Mecca Audio Entertainment. I'm signing off with Gene, Big Gene Deal, Ericka Monique Williams. Have a good night.
Good night, y'all. Take care.
Come on.
Real nigga shit, man.
Hey, yo, I'm here with Big Gene, man. Big Gene is one of Harlem's official OGs.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Official OGs. You know what I mean? Like I said, Harlem, we
Born
speak how
raised
we
in St. Louis.
We speak how we feel.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't pick sides on nothing. We just here, and everybody speak their truth, and the streets know what the truth is. Because the streets ain't gonna lie, cause a lot of blood out there. Right or wrong, family?
You ain't said nothing wrong, man. But what people don't understand is only real men gonna stand up. Because we always, like I tell everybody, we get it from our nuts. And no matter what a nigga say or what people feel, you know what I'm saying? When a real man talk, real people listen. They feel where you coming from. It ain't no fake, no phony shit, none of that. All these niggas could hide behind, these labels. They can hide behind, these cats who they think they got it. But the real one's gonna come home. Like, I never knew this man was gonna come home to make my truth, be authentic as it was. But he came home, and like he said, this is the first time I saw him. But he knows every time he called me behind them bars, and he asked me to do something, did it get done?
And you went all the way to record the tape. I still got the joint. I ain't even dropped it that you did. You know what I mean? I might drop it after I drop this.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you was always there.
Always.
And for that, I'm thanking you in person. You know what I mean? I'm thanking you in person. But like I said, you know, I've seen a lot of the videos you did. I don't know what went on after I gave you the word.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. Whatever went on after that, that's between y'all. Got it wrong. Right? You know what I mean? But you know, I called you, I gave you the heads up because it is what it is. I'm never going to leave, you know, the homies at home. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's why I shot word out to somebody I knew was reputable that could get it to where it needed to go. You know what I mean? What happened after that? You know what I mean?
And he's talking about, you know, he warning us about those dudes coming to kill Big. That's what he's talking about. And for whoever don't know, this is the first heads up I got. Now I knew it was dangerous going out there, but this is the first heads up I got. And I went down the chain of command. I let Kirk Burrows, let Puff know, let everybody around us know. Listen, if we go out today, somebody gonna die. I'm getting back home. I'm here.
You know? So that's what it is, man. You know? I love you, man. You know?
Celebrate your birthday, man. Glad you came through the block. We shot a video early.
Yeah, I already know.
We shot a video earlier. Slick little nephew is rapping, got a mean little reminiscence song.
What's his name?
Kyoko.
Kyoko.
You know what I'm saying? So he got a little mean joint, and we all came out here to represent. You know, everybody. All these old killers.
Shut up. Yo, we out, man.
Cheers. Toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio.
Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio. And we gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them, cause they the truth them, and bless up to all the road men.
we in the Bronx like
Tell a friend that Unique Mecca Audio got it going on. Alright.
Hey, make sure you get this joint. It's bananas. A Roaring Harlem at roaringharlem.com. You ain't gonna find another better book. Yo, get this joint while supplies last, because I'm telling you, the best book you're gonna read, 5 stars, is crack.